Hello and welcome to The Print. We are right now in Patna and we have with us Sashant Shekhar, who is contesting from Patna Sahib on a Congress ticket. Welcome to The Print, Sashant. One question that everybody wants to ask is, because the focus has so much been on the youth aspirations, that what led you, what prompted you to take this decision and contest elections?
So the primary reason that was there for me to come back, it started long back when I was in my first college, IIT Delhi. So during that time, I slowly realized that the society earlier has done so much under Congress rule to give back. Like the society elected Jawaharlal Nehru as their first prime minister, and Jawaharlal Nehru in turn gave the society so much. IIT was given by him, and I benefit so much from him. So it was eventually my decision to give back to the society, and the situation, if you go around in my constituency, the situation is so grim in every aspect, be it education, be it civic infrastructure, be it roads, be it drainage system, be it hospitals. Everything is in shambles. So it was my decision to come back, try to work for it, and we are on the right track right now.
You're talking about, giving it back and also, taking its conscious decision to contest by being in the Congress. But as far as Congress is concerned in Bihar, it has been over the past few years, we have been seeing that, its performance has been a real concern. Rather, in 2020, a lot of people had said that, there could have been a Mahagathbandhan Sarkar, but for the Congress. So how do you see the overall, performance of the Congress, and the fact that, you're saying that you decided to take this decision?
So overall, this time I don't know about the last time because I was not in the party. I was still in the job last time. But right now, this time, I believe that our in charge Krishna Allavaruji and our state president Rajesh Ramji have done a tremendous job in terms of ticket distribution, because that's the first step where you ensure your winnability percentage. So the ticket have been distributed, in my opinion, very fairly this time, and we will have much better results as compared to 2020, in my opinion.
You've also worked as a political consultant. In fact, please correct me if I'm wrong, you also worked with IPAC. Prashant Kishore was associated with it. He took a decision to launch, Jan Swaraj, and they are also contesting the election. How do you see Prashant Kishore overall, and what do you think his prospects are?
So see, I respect Prashant a lot. I've learned a lot from him. I also worked with Sunil for a couple of years. So coming back to Prashant, he's a fantastic political consultant. He's a good strategist, and what he speaks about Bihar, the change he wants to bring to Bihar, I completely agree with it. The things that as they are, they should change. But again, like, his politics is different. If he wanted change, he was part of JDU when JDU was in power. When Nitish Kumar was the CM before the last elections, he was the number two in the party. If he wanted change, he could have started back then. But again, like, it's his take on politics. I won't comment much on that. But yeah, I've learned a lot from him.
The BJP has also given a ticket to a young leader this time. The sitting MLA has not been fielded. What do you think are the priority areas as far as this constituency is concerned?
The whole constituency is a priority area, because no area in this constituency, if you visit any lane in this constituency, any street, every damn street is broken right now. Every drain is overflowing right now. If you go around 200 meters up ahead, the road over there is broken since last 8 years, and no one cares about it. So the whole constituency is on in ICU. It's on ventilator, and we need to work across the board in all the aspects. So that's the plan.
A lot has been written about you, and one of the things that caught my attention was the fact that you left this high, paying job, and you decided to come back. What exactly was that about? How much were you offered? Why did you decide that?
So it was a notional offer. I never took it. I never accepted it. So right after my MBA in the placements, I was offered a job by Siemens in Germany, and the pay was decent. But I was very clear,
How much was it?
it was around 150k euros. But I was never up for going outside India to do a job, because I know what it takes for parents to see their child away from them for years and years. And I've seen people dying and their children not reaching back even for their last rites So I won't want any family to do that to their parents.
You decided to come back in Bihar. What is it that you are doing? How are you sustaining your family?
So while I was working, I started a small dairy, which has expanded to like 80 cattle right now. So I have sufficient earning from there. It helps me sustain me and my family. So I'm investing rest of my time for public, and that whole setup has become self-sustainable. So now I'm full time into social service right now.
One last question that, I had covered the Bihar election in 2020 also. This time when I have come, Chhath is being celebrated. You must have seen from Delhi till here, even Chhath is being politicized a lot. We see like right from Delhi government to the Aam Aadmi Party here in Bihar also. How do you see this phenomena?
See, there have been attempts always to use religion to garner votes. But it's my very firm belief that religion and politics are two separate things. And I will try to keep them apart, and I've been successfully keeping them apart till now. And eventually, if pujaris start running the country and politicians start sitting in the temple, the country will go to shambles. So that's my opinion, and we will ensure that it doesn't happen in my constituency.
The Mahagathbandhan manifesto will be launched today. A lot of people had earlier raised concern about that, Rahul Gandhi was missing from the posters. Will we see more of Rahul Gandhi, in the due course of time?
I think Rahul ji is campaigning with Tejaswi ji tomorrow in a couple of constituencies. So that's mere rumors that is being always being started by the NDA to divert the public attention, but it's not going to happen this time.
And how do you see this freebies culture that is not only being, sort of propagated by the BJP or the opposition, somehow, across the country, many states, where assembly elections have been held, freebies has become one tool to sort of attract voters. How do you see that as a young leader?
So, freebies, if they are given in the right way, it kind of acts like the oil to the engine. So if let's say any family gets a certain amount every month, that we are also promising, My Bahin Maan Yojana, we are promising that we'll give 2,500 to every needy family. So that money will start a cycle which will eventually boost our economy. But again, the way BJP does it, they gave 10,000 rupees in the name of Rozgar generation, employment generation to women. But there is no roadmap to that. And seeing BJP's background, they promised something in Madhya Pradesh before the elections, went back on that. They promised something in Maharashtra, even started giving DBT, and they stopped for half of the population, I think, right after the elections. So I'm very sure that 10,000 that they have given in this state, in Bihar, they will start asking it back. They will say that ये लोन है, ये ग्रांट नहीं था, ग्रांट के नाम पे दिया था, लेकिन उसका हिसाब मांगेंगे और हिसाब आप नहीं दोगे, then your credit score will take a hit.
I know I've taken a lot of your time, but migration is one very significant issue. Jan Swaraj, as I talked about, has also made it a very important part of their election strategy. We see during Chhath, during festivals, people come back to their state, but they are forced to go back in search of livelihood. Why are political parties not talking about this as a major election issue?
We are talking about it. It's one of the major planks that Mahagathbandhan has. And even at the state level and even at the assembly level, it's one of our primary kind of agenda that we are driving to public's mind right now. So one of the simple points that I made yesterday in a meeting that I had with small businessmen, that if businesses remain small, and especially in a place like Bihar, people don't want their children to join their business. They want कि पढ़ जाए, बाहर निकल जाए, अच्छी नौकरी कर ले. अगर बिजनेसमैन को यहाँ पे हम सपोर्ट देंगे, तो जो माइग्रेशन अभी आपका बिहार के बाहर हो रहा है, बिजनेसमैन के बच्चे जो बाहर जा रहे हैं, वो रुकेगा. एंड देयर आर सेवरल वेज टू डू इट. वन ऑफ द सिंपल एग्जांपल्स दैट आई कैन गिव, यहाँ पे मारूफगंज मंडी है, यहाँ से 1 किलोमीटर पे मारूफगंज मंडी है. एक टाइम पे पूरे इंडिया का सबसे बड़ा मसाले का मंडी हुआ करता था. वहां पे अगर हम एक्सपोर्ट को प्रमोट करें, तो आप मिडिल ईस्ट, अफ्रीका, ईस्ट एशिया सबको कैप्चर कर सकते हो। लेकिन सरकार का ना लोकल रिप्रेजेंटेटिव का कभी उस पर फोकस रहा। 100 रुपए का खरीद के 110 रुपए का बेच रहे हैं। एक्सपोर्ट करेंगे 150 का बिकेगा। वो एक्स्ट्रा जो मार्जिन होगा बिजनेस एक्सपैंड करेगा, बच्चों को यहाँ रोकेगा। सो दीज आर स्मॉल थिंग्स दैट नीड्स टू बी डन। लाइक विल डू दिस थिंग्स एंड विल कीप द यूथ ऑफ द स्टेट इन द स्टेट।
Thank you so much for taking out time and talking to us.
Thank you.
This is Neelam Pandey reporting from Patna for The Print.